Hello everyone and welcome to There's a New Tank Available Somehow, so here's a new video. Today I will be talking to you about the GSOR 1008, which, if you look at it, looks freaking amazing with that camo. Really love it. And basically it's called Excalibur. It does that little cool beam thing at the start of the battle. It looks like a sword. I will show it to you more properly later. And I quite like it. It's at the same time it's very frustrating to drive as well. But if you generally like hash, then you will definitely like this tank as well, because it's got hash. And that also means that I never take any HE with me if I've got a tank with hash, because basically HE is just bad hash in that case. And I don't care if it costs me more credits, if it lets me do more and more easily. So there is that. So when going over the gun, I'm going to talk to you about both, basically the AP and the hash. Because the tank is about hash. It's not necessarily about... Well, hash is premo, but you know what I mean. It's not about having an armored shell type that can pen more. It's not like that. So basically, with AP, the DPM of the GSOR is 2270, which is 2854 with the hash or the HE. The pen is 248 with AP, it is 170 with hash, and if you want to use HE that's only 53, which is the main reason why I just never bother taking HE with me. The alpha is 350 for the AP, 440 for hash. The rate of fire is 6.49 seconds and the reload is 16 seconds with 2.5 seconds between the shells in the clip. The caliber is 105 and the shell velocity is 1066 for the AP, 1411 for the hash, and 1066 again for the HE. So the aim time is 1.64 seconds, dispersion is 0.355. The gun depression is 9 degrees, elevation is 10 degrees, which is quite low, not gonna lie. And the aiming arc is of course 180 degrees. It goes 49 kilometers per hour forwards, 17 kilometers per hour backwards, has an engine power of 550, a power to rate ratio of 12.5. Camo while standing still is 31 degrees, 31% of course, 19% while moving, and after shooting that drops to 7 and 4%. It has a view range of 240, HP of 1150, it weighs 43.31 ton. The turret armor is 48 on the front, 43 on the side and 23 in the rear, and the hull armor is 56 on the front, 32 on the side and 25 in the rear. It's not very armored and the mobility feels a bit lacking. At the same time, it's not meant to be a light, it's meant to be a TD, and I think that in this case it's sort of like the balancing factor, because if this was incredibly mobile with the gun that it has, it would be an absolute monster. And that's of course something that we do not want, really. That being said though, if you are like me, then you will struggle with actually hashing people. I've never really particularly liked hash tanks. It doesn't really work for me. And that's why I generally really struggle with that. At the same time, despite that, I still quite like the tank. And I think that if you tune it, and you tune it with a friend who's driving something else, like either a fast tank, med or light, or a heavy, then it can work out really nicely. Now in this case, my game is basically being saved by my teammate here, because I really want to shoot him, but he's avoiding that. I am a potential one-shot for both of them, and he's pretty much doing a really good job there. So basically right now you just watch me try and get shots and not get them. But yeah, like, I feel the mobility is the bit where the tank becomes a bit less fun. It's still relatively mobile, but it feels kind of sluggish when you start driving it, so to speak. It takes a while to get there, and it doesn't feel that mobile. But yeah, like I said, it is still quite a fun tank, and it looks really nice. And this was one of those games where it worked out. They weren't shooting me too much, and when they did, they missed. And then I could mostly just get the shots in and farm. Of course, I got a lucky player from one of my teammates, so there's that as well. But yeah, I am kind of curious how this tank is going to perform once more people are used to it, because the next game that I've got to show you, which is still a game that I'm relatively proud of, to be fair, also got really lucky in. I think the main reason that I survived and won this, bit of a spoiler alert, but still, is because the tank isn't known yet. Like in this case, when you see it, you're really like, huh, what? In a while, people will know that you have 2 shells and that you've got hash and how that all works. They know what kind of reload you've got and everything. And in this case, you will see exactly what I mean. I get away with it because the tank is still unknown. That being said though, that doesn't make the game any less fun. So I'm still going to show it to you. And basically, like I said, when people know this tank better, know more about it, are more used to seeing it, you would never be able to get away with it like I have in this game. All that being said though, while we're still in the part of the game where not much is happening, I do believe that this tank comes in crates. So please do not gamble your life savings away. It's definitely not worth that, even though it looks really nice. Just basically be aware that the chances of you not getting what you want are by far greater than the chances of actually getting what you want. So keep that in mind, please. With the crate stuff, crates are bad, okay? That's basically the standard go-to thing, and I always feel like I have to repeat it, because otherwise you get people saying, yeah, crates are bad, and how come you don't talk about crates and everything? So yeah, I do that. Anyhow, in this case, with the tank, I found that with me, it's partly because I'm not really too keen on hash, so probably derping around and not doing things properly. I found that some of the shots that I've had, like on absolute grey parts, do absolutely no damage, and partly will be because of space armor like this, or because I hit the tracks or anything, but that's kind of like why I dislike using hash, because it's not like guaranteed damage, and that's a setback for me. Like, I'm used to doing a set amount of damage with Pramo or with AP. The guy actually set me on fire, which does not help, but I do manage to still take him out, which is definitely helpful. I am worried about the 2 T49s though, because they are playing together quite well. So I want to make sure that basically my team gets the upper hand. Right now we still have 4 tanks, but that's about to change. Thing is that I know that I'm not the most armored vehicle, so there's that as well. And in this case, they kill the HTC, and I want to try and shoot the guy. He drives off. I do still get a shot in, immediately start reloading my clip again to have my 2 shells, because the thing is, with them relocating, it will be a while before I find them again, and that in turn avoids them being able to shoot me when I only have 1 shell loaded. So in this case, I kind of was hoping that I would be able to get a shot in there, but since I don't, I decide to go down low and go after the tank that is in the corner like that. He is of course relocating because he knows that I'm coming for him, and they don't know the properties of this tank yet. As said, if I was in any way a known tank and they were used to this, I would have never been able to win this game. But because they don't, it works. They kill my teammate, he's not happy with this. I still get a full clip in there, and now I have to reload my clip again. And again, very lucky. I do not deny that in any way, shape or form. He comes at me, does very little damage. I turn towards the other one. He doesn't do enough damage either. I murder one. And then this happens. I shoot him. Should have used hash there, to be honest. And then I still managed to kill him because he let me drive into him ever so slightly. So like I said, if they had known the tank, this would have never worked. And I got really lucky also with the ram thing at the end, because he would have reloaded before I did with the clip and all. So yeah, it is still an ace, so I am still pretty proud of it, but definitely got very lucky there. So overall, I kind of like the tank. I don't absolutely love it, but I kind of like it. That's mainly because I'm not that big a fan of hash. But if you are, then you will probably absolutely love it. And I think that's mainly a tank that will do absolutely nicely in platoons. And I intend to drive it like that mostly. It does look really nice though. I'm very happy with the way that it looks. Really hope the camo comes out soon as well for everyone. Not sure how Wargaming is going to do that with this tank. But just the sort like that is so cool. But yeah, that's my little review of the tank. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye bye!